Now, honestly, I can't be bothered to go record this video inside of TypeSoul and Dell on an alt account, so I'm gonna just record it in Heian. But inside of this video, I do want to talk about TypeSoul. It's been out for a month, and I'm not gonna lie, it's just nothing's happened. It's been out for damn near a month, right? It's the 25th. The game came out on the 31st. I'm gonna just call it a month, okay? Is it clickbait? Sure. Am I a few days off? Sure. Do I care? Fuck no, right? So they're a month into the game, and they have yet to have a singular actual content update, right? Heat Piercer being added was the first piece of actual content that they have added, and Heat Piercer, literally at the current moment, if you go and craft it and you try to use it, it just gets voided and you wasted all your items to craft it. So not a good addition, right? And honestly, the weapon itself is also just a very poor addition. You can tell that it's a very low quality and like not an actual thing that they've tried on. So that's one thing, right? Just no updates. Then we talked about the balancing, and honestly, for a month of the game being out, the game is still unbalanced. I would go as far to say that the game is more unbalanced now than it was when it first released or the first patch notes. Like, the first patch notes of re-release of TypeSoul was unironically the most balanced that it's been since it came back out, which is insane. The game is less balanced now than it was when they first dropped it. The only good thing that you can say that they really have done in the last month is bug fixes, but at the same time, it took them a whole month, and there's still bugs inside the game. Like, there's still hundreds of bugs inside the game that happen almost every single time that you play, and we have just gotten used to it because, well, that's TypeSoul, right? The game's player base went from 200k to 20k on release, right, to now sometimes having 25,000 at nighttime. 25,000 at nighttime. Even during the peak of the day, it's averaging 50k right now. So they lost well over 75% of their player base, and they are still not updating. And quite frankly, even if they do update, this update is exactly what I said it was going to be. It's going to be 4 elements, 2 new weapons, and 1 new Val. And that is the whole update. I literally told you guys that the update was, like, TypeSoul updates will never be good, right? We already knew that. But I'm telling you, not a singular piece of actual content will be added. Maybe the Clan Wars rework that was supposed to be out on release, but you know, if you consider that content when we were supposed to have it for the last month, then that's kind of a you issue, right? I just don't really understand how TypeSoul can actually drop for a month already and be closed for 8 to 9 months prior before that and do less changes than Heian did in 2 months. If you guys don't know, Heian closed down for 2 months, right? They added 3 new world bosses, world events, 2 new races, and just a bunch of other shit, right? They didn't focus elements, and they focused actual content rather than just focusing on elements being the whole point of the reopen. And then they decided to reopen. It had a bunch of bugs, right? Boom. Fixed all the bugs. I would say there's obviously still bugs inside the game. Don't get me wrong. But, you know, stress test has been open for 3 days, and they genuinely fixed 90% of the bugs that were out when the stress test first dropped, okay? They've already balance some of the shit and have over like 100 balance suggestions written down, and they're already working on new content. I think they have over like 25 plus ideas written down from the community about new content to add. Not only that, in the 2 months that this game was closed, with their 3 developers did more for this game than TypeSoul devs did for their game, and they have 40 plus developers, and it took them 8 months. That's just a little insane to me. I'm not gonna, like, I just don't understand how that can happen. TypeSoul, I just, like, we already knew that they didn't care about their game, but this is a new extreme of they don't fucking care. The only reason why they haven't dropped the update is because they see the player count and they're like, damn, well, our old peak was 60k and now that's what we're averaging. So I guess we'll just leave it. Fuck it, right? It's been a month and people are still playing our game, and we know it's dog shit. So we might as well just like not change anything and keep farming money. And then when we do update, it's gonna make us look way better because we don't ever fucking update our game. It's just like ABA, right? ABA never updates their game, even though that they could add probably a character a day, just because like we know what ABA is, right? We know they could add probably a character once every 3-4 days with the developers that they have, but instead they update once a month for like 2 characters. TypeSoul is basically pulling the same thing, where they could be literally updating weekly right now, but instead they decide to do one small update a month. Hopefully the update schedule does get better. It is a little insane to me. For the rest of the video, probably just going to be playing Hay and Ranked while kind of talking about the same topic. So yeah, let's just get right into that. Like, I just don't understand. Like, what the fuck are the developers of TypeSoul doing? Because you know it's bad when Nano, the person who tries to cite himself shit literally every fucking day, has 4 videos in the last week. Or the last 2 weeks, I mean. 4 videos in the last 2 weeks from Nano. And the whole reason is because there's 0 content in this game. There's literally nothing to post. There's nothing, which is insane. They added their first piece of content, and it was 1 weapon. That was the whole, like, I just don't understand it, bro. Maybe you guys have different opinions. Obviously, I feel like some people are still enjoying TypeSoul, which I don't know how you're still enjoying TypeSoul. I've been personally trying to enjoy the game still, and it's not possible. It has literally been so bad to the point where I've been playing only in Heian and only in Anime Vanguards for the last, like, week, I would say. Maybe like 4 days. For the last 4 days, I haven't touched TypeSoul. I haven't played the game, and honestly, it's just been way better. It's been better not playing the game. But yeah, as I said, bro, I really don't understand it. Like, the game still has 55k players. Don't get me wrong. People are still playing. Is it the peak of the day right now, and it only has 55k players? Yes. But 55 is still not bad, right? That's like what their old peak was. So obviously, they're still viewing it as a very, very good thing. But I feel like it comes to an issue where they have the game open for a month. They haven't added any piece of content. And then for the 8 months before that, they didn't do anything either. Like, Hellverse is damn near cosmetic. I don't think anybody actually seriously cares about Hellverse. Okay? And then what else did they add? Right? What, they re-added Cascades? That was already a feature in the game. They re-added King of the Road, already a feature in the game. Nothing they added is new at all. I just really am struggling to, like, understand not how the game still has players, because I know a lot of people were waiting for TypeSoul, and it still is one of the better combats, like, on the platform. It's more of like a, what the fuck are the developers doing? How is the game still unbalanced? How does the game still have bugs? How does it still have all this, like, issues, problems? We're a month into the game. There's been no serious update. There hasn't been anything. I honestly am, like, seriously struggling to understand. You guys can feel free to leave your own thoughts in the comments. See you guys at the next one. Peace.